Did you miss me? I missed y'all too. Missed you so much I followed you today. Close your mouth, because you cold busted. Now I'm just playing with y'all. This ain't really no time for joking. I apologize. This is a serious topic. I mean, um, the Keefe D trial. I'ma just jump right into it. Whoever ain't in here right now, y'all will see it when y'all see it. Um, and pause. I'm turning off the pause for this episode. Um, this case, watching, first of all, I apologize for my absence. I've been going through, life been life in, and everybody's fighting their own fight. That's, what I'm saying, that's for me to deal with, and just letting y'all know that I ain't quit, right? Also, I'm over on kick.com now too. I'm a different version of myself over there, so y'all might want to come check that out. But anyway, this case has had me in the chokehold for a while. Like, I mean, since it started. I mean, long before it started, actually. I mean, because of the simple fact that I have a personal connection to this case. While I never met Tupac, my brothers met him. My brothers shared the same living space with him for about a week. They made great, beautiful music together, and those songs are floating around. Anyway, I never met Tupac. I never met Yaki Gaddafi. Rest in peace to them. I have, however, met Young Noble. Rest in peace to him. Fatal Hussein. Rest in peace to him. Idi Amin, my nigga, salute, my brother. Napoleon, as well as Napoleon, my other brother. You understand? I consider them to be real friends of mine. Just because of proximity, and we always lived on different sides of the country. We never been that close, but we've been tight. You understand what I'm saying? There's a difference. And Castro, I've met Castro. I mean, me and Castro never had we didn't have the chance to really get close, but I met him, and Son is a real one. I rock with him all day, 100%. I got love for Son. I've met Storm. Feels like my sister. You understand what I'm saying? I've met Napoleon's brothers, both of them. Rest in peace to Mills. Salute to Mooney. I've met Noble's brother. I've met Tupac's sister. I've met Tupac's cousin. So I have a personal connection to the situation. But here's the thing: I am a bit of a conspiracy theorist. I always have been. I mean, not even a bit of a big one. I'm so big of a conspiracy theorist. I'm one of the people who, for a while, thought Tupac might have still been alive. You know what I mean? I was like, because I don't believe nothing they tell me, and I looked at Tupac like more than just a rapper. Like, I wasn't always a fan of his, but well, yes, I was. I was a fan of his from Digital Underground, but when he came out solo, his music, like the "I Get Around" and the "Dear Mama," it was cool to me, but I like my hip hop aggressive, so I wasn't a hardcore fan anymore. It was when he got locked up and all of that, went through all of those troubles. He came home angry. I was like, that's yep, that's just what the doctor ordered for me. You know what I mean? And and even before he came home angry, through his troubles, I became more of a Tupac supporter, right? Than a fan. But when he came home and he was angry, angry Tupac was my dog, right? You understand what I'm saying? It's one of my favorite rappers. But again, as I said, I have this personal relationship with the Outlaws, and it's like I I don't want to insult them with my theories and all of that. And one thing that I could tell, one thing I could tell is that even when I was saying that he might still be, you know what I'm saying, he might still be alive. When I was of that mind frame, when I sitting around the Outlaws let me know that that couldn't be that wasn't true, or at least led me to believe that it wasn't true. Like, because I still wasn't sure. I was saying, like, if he is still alive, they don't know. because I could see their reactions whenever his name came up, and those were not faked reactions. But anyway, I always thought that it was something. Although, all right, like he's gone. I believe it. I eventually came to grips with the fact that he's really gone, right? And then I said, but I don't think it's as simple as everybody's saying it is. You know, like they said, everybody was like it was some simple gang, you know what I'm saying, activity. You know, they jumped the Orlando Brown dude and they retaliated, case closed. That's what everybody was saying. I never believed that. It was hard for me to believe that. I was having trouble with that. I struggled with that all of these years. I watched all of not all of them, because there's so many documentaries out there. But I don't watch documentaries. I don't, DVDs back in the, when it was fresh back in the DVD era, it was still fresh. I watched all of those. You know what I'm saying? I watched a lot of those. But as time went by, I tape it off. And so far as I've been watching this trial, there are very few things that I've heard new. I haven't heard too many things that were new, like too much new information. So I wasn't sure what to come on here and talk about with the situation. But there are a few things. I have found a few. Um Dudes like Choke No Joke, salute to him. He has been saying for a very long time that Reggie Rat, Reggie Wright Jr. has been involved in the situation. Reggie Wright Jr. was Suge's. He was the head of security for Death Row, like that. Also, he was, in some capacity, one of Suge's partners, right? And there are the rumors about he wanted to, like Tupac was planning on leaving Death Row, this, that, and the third. There are also stories. There are also conflicting versions of that story. You know what I'm saying? Like I've heard Edie and Napoleon say in separate interviews that that wasn't the case. Yeah, Pop was talking about starting his own label, but he was going to have it distributed through Death Row. So those stories are kind of conflicting and all that. Me being the dude I am, I was like, man, the government did it. The government did it. Like, listen, I'm just saying. And I still ain't past that. I still ain't all the way past that. You know what I mean? But over the years, a lot of stuff came out. A lot of stuff came out. The Keefe D started going public. And I don't know how much of this stuff was already out there before Keefe D came out there telling on himself. But he came out there and he did a miraculous job of incriminating himself. And now we're here. Salute to the chat, everybody in the chat. Hey, yo, I'm on kick.com now. If you ain't on Kick, make a profile and follow me on there. I'm trying to grow. I'm working on something. Working on something big over there. You know what I'm saying? It's different. It's probably going to be different. Let's just say it's going to be different. I'm rocking this monster on Kick. What was I saying? What was I saying, chat? Yeah, I just can't. I don't really believe. Like, dude was too revolutionary. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I was a part of the 5% Nation and all that. I used to rep that flag for a while, right? And one of the things I learned through excuse me, YouTube. One of the things I learned through rocking with my comrades in that thought space is, it was like, yo, the reason that we are, it was having to do with with Generation X. It was like, we're Generation X because X marks the spot, right? What spot? The spot where the Messiah, the black Messiah, or a new black leader, whatever you want to call it, was supposed to rise from. The spot in time, that generation. This is something, and I'm not saying that this was a universal thought throughout all the 5%ers, but in my circle of 5%ry, that was a thought. Like that arose in one of our bills, right? meaning through one of our debates or ciphers where we was just sharing knowledge and uplifting each other, and used to call those building sessions, but it was something that came out of one of our builds. So that was always in the back of my mind. I'm like, yo, they did something to Pop. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, like they did that. You know what I mean? But there's the two. I mean, there's the Puffy angle. Now, didn't I? Now, what are a lot of these people saying right now? You look at. I've seen multiple bloggers saying what I said a long time ago when Puffy was getting that short ass sentence. You understand what I'm saying? When they was giving Puffy, when Puffy was beating his case, because yeah, he was proven guilty, but according to all that's a win for him. You know the amount of time they gave him. That's a win for Puff for all the dirt that he allegedly done, all the dirt that he's accused of. That's a win. You know what I mean? But I always said it might be a trap because that it could just be a way for them to hold him for them to while they dig up all this other stuff and fortify their cases. You know what I mean? Namely this Tupac situation. When did Keefe D get locked up? Was Keefe D locked up before Puffy? So Pac knew Hacky was FBI. I could believe that. I heard things that support that theory. Salute to you, Sidewalk Publishing and Aggie AF. Yes, this is Rockness Monster. Can y'all still hear me? My phone is ringing right now, and I don't know if it messes with my volume. I put it on silent, but so what's that? Scientific, scientific mystics that Keefe D and Reggie were FBI informants for who knows how long. Right. So what's funny is, well, not funny, but what's I find really interesting is the fact that there's this other dude who was on who took the stand, and he was a he was brought into Southside Crips, which was Keefe D and them set. He was brought into the fold by Orlando, was it Orlando Lane, right? Keefe D's nephew. He brung this dude into the he got initiated in their group and they crew and all of that, and this nigga was working for the popos too, the feds or whatever, the DAs, whatever. LAPD, the FBA, the DA, you pick a set of letters. So you got this dude on the stand, and who knows how much dirt they got. Is this how they got Keefe D to accept the proffer? Is this what led him to his drug case? I don't even know. Like I said, I've been scattered. The case kind of has me in a chokehold, but kind of it doesn't because I can't even like I'm all over the place, but I'm getting bits and pieces of the information. But what else this dude know? What else he told them? And did you hear what Puff? Excuse me. Did y'all hear what Suge Knight said? Before we get to what Suge Knight said, I saw they had my bro EDI. Edie was on the goddamn stand, and he ain't want to be there. I appreciate. For quite some time I've admired Edie for his composure. Like the way he's able to keep his composure. I don't think I'm not sure I've ever heard Edie raise his voice, and I be on my Zen Lord flex. I would like to achieve that. You know what I mean? Um, but yeah, and something else I appreciate is how the DA, whenever they bring somebody on the stand that's from the streets, somebody who they know that they make a point to express the fact or to establish the fact that this dude Edie, that you Edie, or you the other dude who was already who was there telling on Keefe D. I don't understand why they had to do that for him, respectfully, because he was anyway. They always establish the fact that we, the courts, had to force you to be here. Like, you didn't want to be here on your own will, right? You would not be here if we wouldn't have subpoenaed you and blah 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 with a court order. Da, 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 da. They always do that. I can appreciate that. I don't remember them always. I don't remember that always. Being a thing, right? So, but yeah, they did that to Edie. They did it to the other dude. But Edie, Edie got up there and basically he didn't say anything that I hadn't already heard. And I'm not even talking about from considering my relationship with the Outlaws. I'm saying my just my relationship to the publicity of the case throughout all of these years. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. There are some things that I have heard throughout all of these years that I'm waiting to see if they pop out. You understand what I'm saying? Which is the Suge thing, for instance. What I was about to say about Suge, that was quite interesting. I have like I have heard things like we've like the thing with Suge said he ran into to Keefe D at the Lakers game and all of that. Um, I wasn't aware of that one. That detail slipped my consciousness, but he talked about that. He said they ran into each other, and Keefe D told him immediately that he ain't have nothing to do with the clipping of his man Buntry. Rest in peace to him. He said, "But I'm gonna give you this, Jewel. Puffy paid me, blah 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 blah." And the way Suge said it, it was like he told him he got the first half, not the second half. The way the public tells the story is like, I mean, the way the story is out there in the public, maybe the version of the story that Keefe D told to during his proffer agreement recording and got leaked, maybe that version, he said that yes, the offer was made and all of that, and like yes, Puffy said the thing about yo, I would do anything to get rid of these dudes and all of that, and they had meetings and all of that, other encounters where they officialitized the situation, like yeah, I give you $1 million, five for Suge, five for Pop, but it was like the way he made it seem throughout all these years was yeah, it was a theory, it was a thing, but they hadn't gotten like it wasn't like they got a deposit. You know what I mean? It was like it was an idea. It was something that was being sat on. Pause. I had to pause that one. I'm sorry. I know I said no pause this episode. I'm sorry, but like they was just laying on the situations. Like all right, they wasn't putting too much effort into it. But then when Baby Lane got jumped in the hotel at the Tyson fight, they said they had a light bulb moment. Like yo, aha, maybe we can use this and then try to get that Puffy money that he was offering. You understand? We got the best motivation in the world right now. The nigga really jumped. You understand what I'm saying? We got a built-in alibi. All this. You understand what I'm saying? I'm paraphrasing. I'm adding my own mix in it. But yeah, that's the way they made it seem. Like that's the way it seemed up in. It's the story that had been the way I understood the story to be. The story at that point. But and then they also said that they never got the money. You know what I mean? Like Suge, I mean, yeah, they never got the money. Like they said that Puffy gave the money. The money was given to Zip, a check. I don't know if it was for $1 million or if it was for $500,000. But it never. And the dude Zip, I almost said Zip with the drip. Salute to him. The dude Zip, Eric Von Zip, was the dude who was supposed to be the go-between Puffy and Keefe D, who was going to bring him the bread for the hit. He's also the person that Keefe D is alleging gave him the slammer for the hit. Said they was in. Said Keefe D was like they was in Vegas with no slam dances. So when um when the opportunity presented itself, they didn't even have one, and they ran into Zip, and or somehow when Zip gave them the slammer, right? So, but Zip is passed away. You know, he died of cancer or something else. Rest in peace to him. You know what I mean? So that was how the story went. This Suge situation is like, nah. See, a lot of people, and even without this Suge thing, because he hasn't testified, he just did in the interview, right? But a lot of people be saying like, yo, if Puffy didn't give him that, if he never received that money, then you can't tie Puffy to that. I disagree. If I tell you, let me see, who's this? Scientific Mystic, salute to you. If I tell you, yo, I need you to go handle something for me, right? I'ma pay you. You go handle that thing for me, and then I don't pay you. Am I still not what? I'm still not. I'm not guilty now. That's what you saying? Nah, buddy. Mm-mm. I'm guilty of the hit, and I'm guilty of not paying you, of doing bad business. You understand what I'm saying? So I think if and I would say if Suge ever went to court, but I don't know. I don't know how possible that is. Suge been kind of standing on business when it come to that, but it don't really matter because they are damn sure playing interview audio and footage in the courtroom. So do they really need Suge to come and testify under oath? Do they? That don't matter. Like people don't come and lie under oath. A nigga get on the court stand under oath and lie and go on Vlad TV and tell the truth. There is no mystery or conspiracy with this case. So you trying to say that Reggie Wright had nothing to do with it? Because that damn sure is a mystery and a conspiracy. Because he was supposed to be running with Suge and Pac at that time. That is a conspiracy and a mystery. Maybe you need to go look up what the word mystery means or conspiracy. Redefine that. Maddie Cake said, I think the Keefe D trial is a horse and pony play. I think it's possible too. Cause I feel like if certain things don't come out in the wash, I'm like, come on, B. Come on. Anyway, my phone is ringing. I gotta get on with my day. Once again, before I go, welcome to the nation, Monster Nation. That is. I'm your host, your tour guide, your landlord, owner, tenant, janitor, I'm off the damn floor. If you don't follow the rules. Rules are gotta like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell for all notifications. If you're trying to be a taxpayer citizen of the nation, leave us a super thanks or a cash app. We actually prefer the cash app, but y'all do what y'all want. Cash app tag gonna be in the description, along with the Bandcamp link, which is there for those of you who would rather hear me rap than to hear me yap. All of my mixtapes are there. Well, almost all of them except for two. You know what I'm saying? If you got those first two, God bless you. You're lucky. Um, also, there's a merch link there. You know what I mean? So you can go get involved with the shirts and the hats and the stuff like that. When you leaving messages and all that, you type in spell the helter skelters and the rocknesses and the rocks. Spell all of that correctly. It's helter skelter, not helter skelter. It's monster, not monster. It's BCC, not BBC. Pause. Pause, protesters. Get your ass out of here. I'll let y'all ride today. But pause that too. But yeah, I don't know. For anybody, anything I left out before I leave? I'm gonna get out of here. I got stuff to do. Let me. If you made it this far, let me get 4 2 signs, peace signs, twos for Tupac. Salute to the Outlaw Nation. I know it's probably crazy for them to be going through all of these, reliving all of these moments and such and such. My brother Edie did not look like he enjoyed being there, which is goes without saying. I wonder if they gonna force Castro in the court too. Stay tuned, we'll see. Rock on, rock on.